Well, Perfect Legacy Promotions presents Bread Magazine with my special guest, Miss Gloria Ward. If y'all don't know her, she's actually one of the founders of Loving Me Project, and she's an author and an entrepreneur. You might have seen her on the Tamara Hall Show and some other stuff. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you got going on.
Well, I am the founder of the I'm Loving Me project, and we inspire women to love themselves. The biggest thing that we do is we teach women how to self heal. So we teach them what it means to actually live a full life, live a peaceful life, live a joyful life. And that is through our workshops, it is through our sessions together, it is through our social media platform where we just give them encouragement. We have some wonderful coaches that work with them. And we also have events and we have different activities that they can participate in that really focuses on their growth and focus on them really loving themselves and choosing
Now,
it and making sure they choose themselves first.
now, for people out there that want to know, is it a fee for them to join your particular groups, or where do you go to sign up for your particular program, or how does that work?
Well, you go to imlovingme.net. Right now, you can go ahead and join our email list. We do have some paid options with our courses. We have a courses website, and it's with our program called Girls Leap. And the LEAP stands for Girls Learn, Earn, Advance, and Profit. And that's for our women who want to focus on growing their business. They want to focus on funding. They want to focus on sales and marketing, where they work with coaches. They work on their mind and they work on their business at the same time. We do have Empower Her Soul sessions. We have one coming up this Sunday where we're talking about the power of forgiveness. Most of our stuff is very reasonable. It just depends on what workshops we're having. But to find all that out and all the activities, you sign up on our email list at imlovingme.net and you'll see all the activities.
Okay. What inspired you to come up with this project and like do this concept? What inspired you to do that?
I was a woman who found it hard to love herself. I was very confident. Let me say that. I was very confident in myself. I was very um, assured of myself, but I couldn't handle situations, right? I went through a divorce. I got 2 DUIs. I had to move out of my house. I had to start my life all over again. What you see right now is I'm sitting in a 1 bedroom apartment, right? Because I had to restart my life. And when I had to do that, I had to look in the mirror and see me. Why are you drinking so much? Why are you going to jail? Why are you getting these DUIs? And it's because I was bitter and sad. Why? Because my marriage was breaking up. Why? Because I had to give up the hope and that fantasy I had in my head about what marriage was, right? How I was supposed to be as a wife. Um, none of the people in my family really got married except for one or two. And so I was determined to make sure that I stayed married no matter what, right? And it just wasn't working out. I was running from my family. Most of my family were addicts. My mom was an addict. She died when I was 7 years old. She died of AIDS. So I told myself I'm not going to be like that, right? And I ran all the way to Atlanta where I am now. And then it all just came to a head when I started looking at myself in the mirror and saying, you know what, Glow, you do got mommy issues, right? You are angry. You are fearful. You don't have it all together. I was good at school because that was my way out, right? I was good at business because I wanted to make money because I didn't want to be broke like what I saw. I didn't want to live in the projects. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do all those things that I saw. And so when I had to look at myself in the mirror and realize that I needed to confront those things to become a better person, it wasn't until I did go to jail and I was forced to go into alcohol treatment, which I still was in denial, saying that's not me, right? And I met a wonderful lady who was a therapist, and she um, uh, gave me sessions outside of what I was required to do. And I discovered all that stuff. And then that's when I started to change. And then I said to myself, I wonder how many other women feel the way I feel. And when I started to put it out there, I found out over 9,000 women plus feel the same way. And I said, you know what, God, I'm going after 1 million. I'm going after 1 million. Because if you gave me this dream and you told me to go out and speak to the nations and just tell your story, I bet you they would listen.
Yep.
And he hasn't failed me yet.
And that's always the key. You can help one person. Takes one person struggle for you to hear somebody else's, and your story might encourage them to do, you know,
Mhm.
s- something or help. By me being in a domestic violence situation and almost attempted suicide and 9-time cancer survivor and
Mhm.
stroke survivor and gout recipient, um like a lot of different stuff. People don't actually know what you're going through until you're in that situation. And then you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like, when you in that particular relationship, you deal with a lot of different stuff, even though some stuff you don't want to deal with, but you deal with it because you figure like this is the way that, if you was raised up like people I know don't get divorced,
That's
this
right.
way that everybody say if you married that's forever. It don't matter the
Right.
situation, it don't matter what happened, but the Bible like actually say, well, you're not gonna be divorced no more if this and this happened. But a lot of times some people are scared and some people don't want to get out the situation, and some people don't want to get a divorce just for that main reason, because people will say, no, you need to stay in the situation. You married him. You need to deal with him, jumping on you and beating on you and
That's right.
doing all kind of stuff in front of the kids. So you feel in your heart like, well, since he's doing it, maybe it's okay. And then what it really does inside is tear up your self-esteem and break you. So when you get in the next relationship, if that person don't do that to you, then you feel like, oh, well, maybe I'm doing something wrong because the last person did this, but this
That's right.
person don't do that. But at the same time, this person is actually trying to love you, but you so broken, you can't really let them accept it and, come into that situation.
And isn't it funny how when you are in it, when you are in the abuse and you're feeling all the pain and everything, you always go back and forth with yourself,
You
right?
do.
You go
Like,
back and forth with yourself and you say, I know this shit, excuse me, can I curse on here?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
fine.
you know that this shit is wrong. I know I'm not supposed to get hit on. And I
Yeah,
know that this is not my life. And then you sit there and you say, I can't believe that this is me. This is my life. This is happening to me. And then what happens is you start to allow those feelings and everything fester. And when they fester, they turn into disease. And when they turn into disease, things start to happen. But guess what? When you get to a situation where you hit rock bottom, where it's nobody but you and God, that's where you start to fly,
that's
right?
it. That's it.
Right?
Basically. Yes, ma'am.
And that's what it's about,
That's it.
right?
That's basically it. You get into a situation like, okay, when you get into that situation, you like, hey, if God bring me out of this situation, I will not put
It gets
myself.
no worse. It gets no worse than that. If I'm at rock bottom now, I can't do nothing but go up, right? It ain't
That's
nobody here but me and God. But
that's
guess what? Guess what? With just a little bit of faith and
that's
a
right.
little bit of love,
That's
you don't
right.
even have to love yourself at that point. Even if you love your kids or anybody, You can get yourself up out of that situation. And that's what you did,
That's right.
right?
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
what you did. And you can pick yourself back up and you can do something positive, like what you have right now going on. You
That's it.
teaching and you sharing and you letting people know. That's
That's
what it's about.
That's it. And like you said, it's so much jealous and hatred in the world that people like
Mm-hmm.
yourself not able to open the platform to talk to other women because some of them are so scared. And then it's like some people think that they know everything, but they don't, and they experience stuff just like you, but then they hide behind it because they don't want people to know their situation. When in the end of the day, once you talk to somebody, your story might inspire somebody else and to talk to someone else to like get it together and basically focus on the positive stuff like, hey, I want to run my own stuff, I want to be my own boss, I want to
Mm-hmm.
work for myself, I don't want to work
That's
for
right.
anyone else, I want to have something positive that my kids and grandkids can look in on,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Like people have to understand the odds and ends, like you said, when you at that breaking point, that kind of like pushes you over the edge to say, hey, I'm about to change all of this. I'm about to make everything positive. I'm about to build a platform for everyone to listen. And if you don't want to, long as God know that I'm working hard and I'm doing it, whatever goal you set for yourself, He'll make it possible.
Absolutely. Whoever I tell the women all the time, those who have ears, let them hear. I don't care if it's one person, two people, 9,000 people, 1 million people. As long as somebody can hear and they can understand and they take the information and they make a choice, because I'm not trying to influence you to do what I want you to do. I want you to know how much and how important you are and how much life is so meaningful. And if you have the activity of all of your limbs to get out there and do what God created you to do, because there is somebody in the hospital right now who is begging God to have your spot,
That's
right?
right.
Who is begging God to have your spot. And because they are begging and you are living and you are here, you have been chosen to
That's
be
right.
on a mission,
That's right.
right? Because that could have been you, that could have been me,
That's
but
right.
we are here. So we using our voice. And whoever listens, that's on them. Take the information and make your own decisions about how you move your life forward and how you make good choices for you to heal and do what God placed in your heart to do. We only the vessels,
That's
right?
right. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, you heard it first here with Bread Magazine and Perfect Legacy Promotions with my special guest, Miss Gloria Ward. Y'all make sure y'all check her out and I'm Loving Me Project. Google it, find out how you can subscribe and check her out if you are a cancer survivor, heart attack survivor, domestic violence survivor, cyberbullying or anything, you got any kind of situations that you need help with, she's the perfect lady to basically address that situation, her or her great staff. And again, this is Perfect Legacy Promotions and Bread Magazine. So with my special guest, Miss Gloria Ward. And once again, tell everybody one more time all your social media links and how they can get a hold of you, and we're very glad to be with this interview today.
All right. You can find me at I'm Loving Me Project. That's on Facebook, that's on Instagram. And you can also sign up for our email list at imlovingme.net. And you can find out all of the wonderful things that we have going on. And I would say this to your audience, just know that where we are right now in our life, if you are looking at the world around you and you are saying, oh, I'm waiting for the pandemic to be over so I can get back to normal, oh, I'm waiting to make sure I have enough money to do what I want to do, the time is now.
That's right.
Okay,
That's
you're
right.
never going to be ready. You never going to have enough to get out there to start. You just have to keep it moving and get moving. Keep it moving if you're moving, and get moving if you feel like you're stuck. And if you feel like you have any fear or anything like that, go to imlovingme.net, sign up, and join one of our sessions where we just sit and we talk and we work it out, you know?
But you heard
So,
it first, and we definitely glad that you can be a part of Bread Magazine. And hope to talk to you soon. And I'll be reaching out to your publicist and talking to her and getting you set up for some other stuff as well. So you
okay.
can, be on more platforms and tell everybody what you got going on. Very inspirational interview. And I hope to talk to you soon. And you have a great day.
All right, you too. All right, bye.